Well, hello there, and welcome to everyone who is joining us for the 2020 Renovation Home Loan Updates. This is our first official update for 2020, and we have some really exciting news to talk to you about on the renovation home loan front. My name is Ginger Bell, and I will be guiding you through the information today. And with me on the call today, I have Mr. William Brown, who is the National Renovation Home Manager for Finance of America. So welcome, William.
Thank you. Hi, Ginger. Hey, everybody.
Hey, so as you're getting logged in, if this is your first time on a webinar, there's a couple of different ways you can listen. You can either listen on your computer or you can dial in. If you're dialing in and you're in the car, you're probably not watching the screens. We are recording this, and so we do send a copy out of the recording along with all the material, and that'll come out to you tomorrow. If you do have questions today as we go along, and this always does prompt a lot of questions on renovation, especially since we're talking about updates, there's two different ways that you can ask questions. The first is to type a question in the panel that says Q&A, which is your question and answer panel. The other way is just to type into your chat box. And so both of those will get questions to us, and we'll be able to answer those for you. So let's go ahead and check that. Make sure you know how to ask questions. Make sure that you all can hear us. And if you can just type in what part of the country you're calling in from. And let me know how your weather is. I'm actually heading up to Seattle tomorrow. I live in Portland, Oregon, and it's pretty blustery. It's kind of a Winnie the Pooh day. It's windy, which is unusual for us. And so I'm not seeing anyone typing in there at all. So can you hear me? Just say, yes, Ginger, we can hear you. Yes, we know how to type. Yes, we know how to ask questions. Okay, great. Thank you, Melinda. At least somebody. I know somebody can hear us. That's always the thing. You know, technology can be a challenge, so we want to make sure you can hear us. Okay, we have material. I'm going to put that into your chat box, and you can click on the links in order to be able to get those right there. Just click on the link. You can get the presentation. We have a qualified opportunity lookup guide, and then we have our maximum mortgage worksheet. So those are there. And with that, I'll get started. So as I said, my name is Ginger Bell. I'm an education specialist. Have had the pleasure and privilege of working with Finance of America for the past several years, helping them to bring education to you. And Mr. William Brown, as I said, National Renovation Sales Manager for Finance of America. And so, William, we've got a lot of exciting changes that are happening. And so I will let you get started, beginning with some lending limit increases, right?
Yeah, so quiet. So Fannie Mae has increased their lending limit. If you go on to FHFA's site
yep,
and read about it, it's actually like pretty dramatic. So this is for one unit property, 510. And then we also do Homestyle to high balance, so 765, 600. And then this is the map from their website, the link's at the bottom. But you can see that most of the states, most of the counties in the US are 510. And then there's some that are more, okay? And the different colors indicate they're more, and there's Alaska, Hawaii, and Guam is also more. So I think that that's a really big news for renovation loans because it increases the opportunity for purchases that now can be up to close to 450 to do a significant amount of renovations on the house.
absolutely.
Or 7.25 if you're in a high balance area.
And so Homestyle is the one that you can do the high balance with. How about FHA?
Yep, we can do high balance FHA as well.
Perfect.
But the limit's not as high as that. FHA, you have to look up your county, your state, and your county, and then the limits will be there, whatever they are.
Exactly. So let's start out with Fannie Mae Homestyle and talk about some of the advantages that's available with that.
Right. So this is a conventional renovation loan. So this is for your conventional borrower. High FICO above 680. They may want to bring more than 3% down. Fannie does allow 3% for a first-time home buyer, even on high balance. No, high balance is 5%. I'm sorry, 5% down. But you can go to purchase or refi 1 to 4 units. Homestyle is a conventional loan, does owner-occupied, does single-unit investment properties, which might be a good option for people who don't have the background or the credentials to qualify for a commercial product. And you can do second homes. It also allows freestanding accessory dwelling units. For those of you on the West Coast and on the East Coast and the coastal areas, that's a really important distinction between FHA and Fannie Mae. The ability to add a freestanding accessory dwelling unit according to your local jurisdiction and your zoning, right? So they can use that for extra income. It could be for family. It could be for expansion. It could be for guests. Be whatever. But as long as your zoning allows it, you could use a Homestyle to renovate your property and add an ADU.
Well, and I think that's huge. I'm going to stop you there because one of the things, and you and I have been talking about this for a while, what a family unit looks like nowadays. Right. And so for so many, that the family's changing. And so for a lot of families, they're sandwiched in the middle because they have aging parents and then they have kids that are either coming back and forth from college or have graduated college or figuring out what to do. And so we're seeing multi-generational families now. And so one of the things to be able to have that where you can add that ADU to be able to have the mother-in-law house or to have the place where you can put a kill at or whatever that is huge. And, we always talk about ways to be able to stand out and differentiate yourself as an originator. That right there in itself is something that I think would be really cool to build some education around on what that looks like.
Right. And the simple way to incorporate that into your business is just to ask your pre-quals, or when people call you up for a refi and you find out what they want. The first question for the refi is, what are you going to do with the money if they're trying to get cash out? But if it's a pre-qual, just ask them, tell me about your family. Because they may not be thinking about all that stuff to you, but if you ask them, you can find out that they may want to have a place for their aging parents, or maybe they have relatives moving to the country from somewhere else and they need a place for them to stay. So you can find out how you can better advise them if you know more about them.
Exactly. So the loan amount, that's your next bullet as far as obviously based on the as completed value. So what does that mean?
So that means we're gonna get a as completed or subject to appraisal. So I can't order the appraisal until I have all the bids to show what the improvements and additions are going to be. But then the appraiser, who's from a dedicated panel of appraisers who know how to do renovation and construction appraisals, will tell me the as completed value of the property after they add an ADU and upgrade the kitchen and upgrade the bathroom. So I get the value for the proposed improvements into my loan amount, which is why 98% of them work, 95%, they probably work just like that. So it's not surprising. I know a lot of realtors are really concerned about the values, but I don't really think they understand it. We've seen several thousand of these go through Op Center. They almost always appraise.
Nice.
So it really works.
So 95 to 97% LTV for a purchase. And right. I'm assuming because it's over the 80%, they're going to have mortgage insurance on that, right?
Right, which is why you want to make sure it's a typical conventional borrower, because if their FICO is much lower than 680, they're going to get hit with Fannie's LLPAs, and then they're going to get hit by MI. Right. So your higher FICO borrowers, regardless of how much they want to put down, 3%, 5%, whatever, if they have a FICO to support going conventional, you should look at Homestyle.
Well, and the thing of it is too, and again, it's that opportunity for you to be that consultant and to have that conversation of saying, okay, if you're looking to buy this house and you're going to improve it, then, and especially if you're building something that is that multi-generational house, it's going to get them in there. Yes, they're going to have mortgage insurance, but they're going to be able to do the improvements to fix that thing up to where it's going to hit a higher value.
Correct.
And then it creates that you're the consultant. So, 2 years down the line, when maybe they've reached that value, then mortgage insurance can go off of a conforming loan where it cannot go off of something on an FHA. And so that's the discussion to have with someone, just saying, hey, let's make a long-term plan. This is going to get you into a home. It's going to make the home of your dream. It's going to be, and that's the thing people are looking for nowadays. They're looking for lifelong homes, or they're looking for investments, or they want to do something that they can have an Airbnb in the backyard and have some additional income coming in. So those are kind of things to go through the planning and have those conversations, not just to get them into a home or into a loan, but get them into a strategy that makes sense for them. And I love the fact that this does this, and it gives you the opportunity to be that expert and have those hard conversations that you want to have as far as how do you cancel MI? What does that mean? What point do you have to reach in order to get there? Or maybe 2 years down the line you look at doing a refinance and you get them into another loan. I mean, those are kind of things that you want to look at. So I love this product. Not only that it gets somebody into a home that they may not be able to get into, but it allows you to be the expert that you are and to really build that relationship in finding out what they want.
Very good. It's all true.
So FHA has increased some of their limits and added another thing in on qualified opportunity zones, which we did a webinar on last week, but has a big impact on what's happening with FHA and the 203K.
It really does. And like I said last week, this is probably the most exciting thing HUD has done, that they finally got something right in a decade. They've increased the limit to $50,000 all in, which increases your renovation budget by about $13,000. And they don't require a HUD consultant to do that. So to me, that's pretty phenomenal, because there's a lot more you can do with $13,000 added on top of your $28,000 that the regular would let you do, the regular limit would let you do. So it's determined by county and then by your property zoning, but there's no income limits. It can include energy improvements, and we allow up to 3 tradespeople. So for the borrower who wants to do $45,000 of improvements, which in a lot of places in middle-sized homes could be a kitchen, a bath upgrade, and maybe some doors and windows or flooring. So pretty significant changes they can make under a limited 203K. So these areas, like I said, they were capped at $29,000. Now it goes to $42,000, so that's $13,000 extra dollars. And I know from pricing cabinets, the last part of our house is, well, not the last part, finally the kitchen, and then 3 bathrooms, and then we'll be done. But I know from pricing the cabinets, if I was going to do this $13,000 with plus, would give me $42,000, that would probably do my kitchens and my bathrooms. I'm in Indianapolis, north of Indianapolis, not a really expensive house. So that's going to be huge for your customers. You're going to find out what they need and help them get the right mortgage. And this lets them do it simpler without the addition of the HUD consultant.
And again, that opportunity to really plan something out with them, to have a conversation, to be able to say, these are the things you can do. So you're not finding the perfect house. That's okay. Let's find the perfect house that can become the perfect house. And what does that look like? And then be able to have an idea. Now, you do mention about having an idea on how much things cost in your area. And so that is something you want to really be a rock star at doing renovation loans. Have an idea how much, remodel costs on a kitchen or a bathroom in your area. And that could mean talking to different kitchen or bathroom remodelers and maybe doing some co-marketing with them as far as being able to, market to their database about the renovation loan, because you can do a refinance. We're not talking about just purchases. We're actually talking about the opportunity to do a refinance. And rates are great right now. I know we've got the uptick and the downtick and all that kind of stuff that happens on rates. That happens all the time, guys. And so you got to look for ways to stand out. And to talk about refinance right now, this is a great program to be able to do that, because they can tap into some additional resources, they can do what they want to their house, and they can stay there. So again, looking for opportunities for you to go out and promote and talk about and have conversations with real estate agents on purchases, to have conversations with your borrowers. So I encourage you to look at, hey, you know what? This makes me think I'm going to go through my database of past clients, and I'm going to, make it a goal of mine to call 5 people a day. Just call 5 people a day and just check in, hi, it's Ginger Bell with ABC Mortgage. Just wanted to check in, see how you're doing. Great. Well, we did your loan back in 2017. And so just wanted to find out, what are some of your goals? What are you thinking of right now? And say, oh, no, I think we're okay. Okay, well, I just want to let you know we have a great loan product available. Actually allows you to wrap in the renovation, costs into your loan. If you're thinking about doing a remodel or something like that, I can help you in answering some of your questions. And just making those phone calls, and I've had loan originators that have done this and said, okay, 5 calls a day. I'm going to call 5 calls a day. I'm just going to call, check in, say, have you thought about it? And it's a have you thought about call. And from that, they're able to pick up a substantial amount of business. But you have to get in the habit of doing it, and you have to make yourself accountable for doing that as well. But this is a great product just to be able to do that, or send a message out, post something on social media. Hey, did you know there's an extra $13,000 available on FHA 203K? Call me to find out how you can use it. So how does the qualified opportunity zone work?
Okay, so like Ginger said, this is into your business planning, so you need to know where most of your business comes from, so you have a rough idea of where the target areas are. Right, and then you can back into that by using the resources provided by HUD. Look up the county where most of your business comes from, and the map view. If you follow this link, the map view will show you the actual areas that are eligible. And so any address within those areas, you can know like where you get most of your business from. And then we've updated the maximum mortgage worksheet so that it has a field to show you if it's a qualified opportunity zone. So our worksheet will allow you to exceed the 35,000 if it's in a qualified opportunity zone. So it takes a little bit of research on your part. Once you need the whole address with the zip code to actually get to the property. But the map will show you the zones where the opportunity zones, and then you can figure out where the property is relative to that.
And then this is what the worksheet looks like.
Right. So if you're going to FAMU or to Platinum to get the 203K worksheet, which we require to use, make sure you get the current one. The current one will have this highlighted line, property in a qualified opportunity zone. That's a yes or no. Okay, so we use that one worksheet for everything. If it's not an opportunity zone, you'll just select no, and then it'll limit the worksheet calculations to 35,000. And if it's yes, it'll let it go to 50,000.
So it's an automatic thing.
It's automatic. It's part of the worksheet. So then everything else is the same. Like as far as doing renovation loans, do the training. It's on FAMU. And then if you have questions about the worksheet or getting your stuff into Platinum, contact your account exec. It's pretty much the same as all it does is it lets you increase your loan size, which is the benefit on the sales side. The consumer side, they get more money for the renovations. On my side, I got more bips into my comp because the loans are bigger. And
there you go.
Yep.
We like that.
Yep. So check your county eligibility. There's the resources again. We have a job aid. It's linked right to our product guidelines on Platinum, which will help you use the government site, like how to find the property. Call your account exec for more details. I gave you the mortgagee letter in case you're like me and you want to know all the nitty-gritty stuff about mortgages when you can't sleep. You can read the mortgagee letter, and you'll get all the details that we didn't cover in this presentation.
Nice. I like that. Which is important to know that. And that's a nice thing. You don't have to know every single bit about it, but you do need to know the highlights. I always say like flying at the 30,000 foot level, and then know how to go down and get the information. So whether it's pulling the job aid or the guide or calling your AE or looking at the mortgagee letter, those are the kind of things that are important. But really, the most important thing are the next steps.
The next step is you got to be intentional about selling the products. I've started printing the emails. This year I'm going to print every email I get that says, I got this 203K loan and it's blah, blah, blah. Here's the building, here's the money, here's all the stuff. What do I do? Okay, so I support all of our internal retail salespeople, and they send me these emails. I get 1 or 2 a week. So I'm printing them and making them into videos, which Ginger taught me how to do to answer the questions. What I'm going to tell them is they got to be intentional about selling the products because they're going to be coming at you. The demographics, the climate, the real estate, it's going to drive renovation lending at you. Okay, so your realtor is going to bring it. Got one last week was call me up, never done a case before. My referral partner sits upstairs in the realtor's office, came downstairs with a 203K. What do I do? Right? So be intentional. Make sure you understand the products. Do the training. Look at the guidelines. Understand the basics. Right? And then know your lending limits. It's amazing how many times I help people do their worksheet and I say, what's your lending limit? They don't know. Right? So then I show them how to go online and find it. So find your FHA conforming lending limits. And then what really worked for me when I was originating is to pre-qualify as many of my prospects as possible using a maximum mortgage worksheet as if they were going to do a renovation loan, even though I know that most of them aren't. So you wonder, well, why would I do this? They just want a straight conventional loan. They don't want to do a renovation loan. Well, if you ask them if they have 10 minutes and you could show them how they could shop and budget into their purchase for renovating the house they find, most people will give you 10 minutes to do that. All right. Now, they may not do the loan, but they're going to tell somebody about it, which is what you want. You want your phone to ring. So this is a good guerrilla marketing technique. You get the people to market for you by giving them some information about things they didn't know were possible. You will get your phone will ring, okay? Because people don't understand how renovation financing works. Everybody watches HGTV. They say what their budget is. They don't know where they got the money from. Are you just assuming the guy has $400,000 in his pocket?
I'm always amazed at that.
I know there are some people like that, but they're in the 1%, right? Most of us don't have $4,000 in our pocket. But we're going to do a mortgage of some sort, right? So if you pre-qualify people and explain renovation financing to them, your business will grow by referral from people that aren't doing renovation loans. And then the last thing is to make sure you're out there presenting the products to your referral partners. This is something that can differentiate you in your market. It can add value to your presentation. I've actually never been turned down by a realtor's office that when I wanted to come in and talk about renovation loans. Okay, even offices that are closed because they have a lender in their office. That lender in their office doesn't do renovation loans. So oftentimes, in my experience, the broker would let me come in to talk about just renovation loans. I didn't talk about anything else we offered, but I could come in and talk about that to the agents and increase their knowledge.
And they want to know, the webinar we did last week on the qualified opportunity zones, we had real estate agents on the webinar.
Oh, yeah, she was.
And obviously this is a Finance of America Wholesale webinar that we do, and the real estate agents were asking more questions than any of the loan originators were. And it's like, wait a minute. And they were like, it's on fire in this area. I want to know about this. Da, 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 da. I'm like, that's great. Who's your account executive? They're like, yeah, we're a real estate agent. It's like, okay. So we've got real estate agents hopping on our webinars because you all aren't out there educating them on them. So there's, two things to do. And this is one of those things. You're looking for business. You're looking to build. Two things you can do. Pick up the phone every day. Call 5 of your past prospects. Keep them into a drip system. Use them in a CRM, whatever that is. Communicate with them and talk to them about whatever. The renovation is obviously a good one to talk to them about. And then the other thing is do the same thing with your partners. Now, we have slide decks that we have created in the past for you all that are available in FAMU that are built for real estate agents. And we teach you how to go out and do lunch and learns for real estate agents. And so take this information and go and share it with them because they do want to know. And it's an opportunity for you to stand out, which I think is really cool. They're looking for the information. They truly do want to know. Okay, what questions do you have? I'm not seeing any questions up so far. And so if you do have questions, feel free to type them either in the chat box or the Q&A box. And one of the most common questions we get are what kind of repairs can be done and, how to be able to choose, a particular contractor, things like that. And so those are the kind of things, again, to think about putting that information out there to be able to share with real estate agents and to let them know, hey, here's some of the things that you can do. Solar is big. If you're in California, solar is big for purchase. It's required now. If you're buying a home, it has to have solar on it. And so find out what's happening in your area. See what those trends are. Be aware of them and make that information to be able to put that out there. And I'm not seeing any questions, so that's great. You guys are renovation experts, and I hope that you take the information that we have as far as the updates talking about the loan limit increases, the qualified opportunity zones, and be able to utilize that. One of the other updates, and William, you were just talking about it when you got on the call, about energy efficient mortgages. So we're seeing an upswing, if you will, in individuals that are using the renovation loans for energy efficient improvements, right?
Correct. And they're also using it on just the plain FHA, which allows you to do an energy efficient mortgage apart from a 203K. So if you don't work with somebody, like we offer those, just an energy efficient mortgage. So you can do it conventionally, or you can do it, well, right now I think our offering is the FHA and VA. Those are the two that I've seen. And they're just in addition to the mortgage for energy improvements that are supported by, where the value is supported by the improvement. So that could be things like insulation, new doors and windows. It could be appliances, Energy Star appliances, anything that improves the efficiency of the house. Or like Ginger said, if you're adding solar, all the Western states are big on solar. California, Arizona, Nevada.
Not Oregon. We have no sun here.
Yeah, Oregon's off the list. Like, they don't even, and they don't hardly have any wind, so you can't even do really windmills. Like,
we do now. Today.
Just today.
Yeah, and Micah says it's windy in Seattle too. So
you want to help your borrowers make the right choice for the mortgage they're going to get, so they get the most out of the money possible. Whether it's a renovation or energy mortgage, they have these things, we know they're going to happen.
Right. Yeah. So we also want to know, what kind of information do you guys want? We do webinars every single month. So what are some of the things that would be helpful for you to be able to build your business? Obviously, there are a variety of loan programs that are available to you through Finance of America. I know in February, we're going to be doing commercial updates. Finance of America has a fantastic residential commercial product. And so we're going to be sharing some updates that are happening on commercial, including the fix and flip and the fixer-upper and things like that, which is a little bit different from the renovation loan. What other things that can we do for you that would be helpful? Post in the chat box, post in the Q&A. What are some of the questions that you have on different loan programs? Because that's what we want to be able to do, is to provide you, arm you with information. We have done in the past, and we can certainly do in the future. William talked about using video in your business, and that's something that I do a lot of and I teach a lot of, and so we've done that in the past. So would you be interested in finding out how to do video? We've done some on intro and outro videos and how to create videos and how to edit videos. So let me know if that would be something that you would be interested. Post in the chat, post in the Q&A. Let me know if you're interested in finding out how to create videos or how to do presentations with real estate agents. We've done those kind of things in the past too, and let me know if those are helpful as well. We have a really quiet crowd today. Everybody must be multitasking. I'm saying nothing. Are you guys still there? Are you still listening to us? You're still on. We haven't lost anybody on the call yet. You're just a quiet group. So you guys got this down. Type in there, Ginger, we've got this. We're already making our 5 phone calls. Let us know. Catalina says, got this. Okay, cool. Good. Well, that's what we want to know. So with that, a reminder, we've got the handout, so you can go and grab those. And I'm going to post those one more time, and I'll send a copy out tomorrow as well. So, and then let us know how we can help you. Finance of America is your best renovation loan partner, and it all begins with your Finance of America account executive. So, William, thank you so much for the information. Everyone that's on the call, thank you so much. If there is anything that we can help you with, by all means, let us know, and we wish you a wonderful week, and we'll see you on the next webinar. So thanks so much.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Ginger. Bye-bye.
Bye.